I sit on the edge of destiny. Only a small number of tasks lay before me before I will have fully and completely unified the Franks and assured the ascendancy of my son and heir and his brothers into a great and unified Frankish kingdom. I think my father would be proud, even if things didn't turn out exactly as he imagined. Hello and welcome, connoisseurs of Crusader Kings, three friends of the channel and newcomers alike. We are here once again with Clovis for what should be our last episode. I have had trouble making this episode work because, for reasons that were unpreventable, I could not finish this series before we hit the new upgrade, and Fallen Eagle upgraded, and when Fallen Eagle upgraded, my save would not acknowledge that I had the right to modernize the Frankish kingdom anymore, and so I had to roll this back. At the very last minute, I tried a whole bunch of things, then I rolled the game back, and then the launcher wouldn't load, and then I rolled the game back and manually loaded it, and then the game wouldn't load, and then I rolled all of the mods back, and then finally we got a load. So we do get to actually finish this. Yay! But it means you're seeing this late, and I hope that's okay. This will be the last episode, mostly because it's, well, it was always going to probably be the last episode. It was going to be either one or two more episodes, but this is definitely the last episode now, mostly because we, it's a chore. It's a chore to get this to run in a state where this game still plays. But we will get to at least finish our goals, because there's nothing stopping us from doing that. So we have some people down here that we got to deal with. Got this lady here. You'll notice that some things aren't working. Like I don't have all the visual mods I usually play with. We're just gonna have to put up with people looking a little weirder for one episode. It's fine. We'll deal with it. Okay, so this woman is an adulterer, which means I do have a reason to imprison her, but I don't want to imprison her yet. I want to start with this lady here. We are going to move our troop flag. These are the last couple of... Actually, let's do this one first, because this is the easiest one. So this one is solved by making her not my problem, and the easiest way to make a person not your problem is to make her someone else's problem. We're just going to buy this title, grant it to this guy. Just like that, and now he can figure out what to do with her, because I'm not on that anymore. Then we're gonna come over to here. Good, and we're going to, I think we should do the larger one first. Let's grab a flag. Oh, it's up there. Yeah, let's put it here. Let's raise all here. And then after we've raised them, yes, I raised them in the territory of the other person I'm going to war with. That's the thing. Scheme at court. My spy master came to me with a discovery. He is certain that my acquaintance, this woman, is scheming against my priest. All right. Throw her in jail. If he wants his wife back, he can pay for her. Is he gonna pay for her? He's gonna pay for her so he can have her back. There we go. We need to tell this lady that she needs to go to prison because she's an adulterer. I'm very glad about that, because I didn't know how I was gonna put her in prison until I checked her just as I was starting the game and noticed that she was an adulterer. Not only is she an adulterer, but her husband here is an adulterer. Oh, he's dying. That's new. I wonder what happens when he dies. Oh, this guy's his heir, so it won't give it to this kid. Good, because I don't want this kid. This kid needs to only inherit the territory here. He doesn't inherit anything else. That's the rules. Okay, let's get in there and hopefully put a quick end to this war. Yeah, of course some people deserted. Some of them are loyal to her. Oh, we caught her right away. Ah, Clovis, you remain the man who is famous for catching people right at the start of wars. Let's just do this. And now, because we may have an easier time managing her son, instead of revoking any of her titles or creating any more tyranny, which I simply can't take, I can't. I'm already at 74. If I revoke all 3 of her titles, I'll be at like 120. We're gonna banish her, which will put it into the hands of her son. Yes. And then I think we're gonna try to demand the son's conversion. I don't think he'll do it, but that doesn't mean we're not gonna try. And while we're waiting for him to answer about that, we're gonna go over here to her, and we're gonna imprison her. Nope. Instead, we're going to revoke a title because we have a reason to revoke a title from the rebellion that she participated in. We're not even gonna put our troops down. We're just gonna start marching them. There we go. Now we will head in. What do we give him? A weak hook? I will accept a weak hook from this kid because he's gonna be at this for a long time. That means we will now, what are we gonna do? We will now offer guardianship of ourself. Can we convert his culture? We can, so we're gonna convert his culture as well. Okay, we got this little event here. Oh, these guys are fighting over land I should give them. Let's just check each of them. This dude is some random Christian guy. He can just go to L. This guy can also find his way to L. And this guy can stay, but he gets nothing. I don't know why they think they should just get to take things because they feel like they want them. That's not how the stuff works at all. We have a new peasant faction now. That's good. That's good. So we're gonna just siege this down. And once that's over, all of our cleanup wars will finally be done. Rather quickly, too. We seem to have sieged this brooch from her. And we are going to enforce our demands. And when we enforce our demands, we are going to immediately go over to our prison here, and we are going to tell her that she no longer has a title. She has become our rival. That's super bold. That's about as bold as you can get, because you know what I do when rivals are in my prison, right? No, we don't do anything that's on that list. We do this. Good night. Who is this guy? He's a decent warrior. He's already the right religion, right? He can join up. Join up! Once the tyranny's gone, you'll like me just fine. Gonna get rid of these troops right now. Okay, so the first part is done. I now have no vassals that hate me in an extraordinary way. I mean, the kid still hates me, but that'll change. We will now take a man's home right there. And we have more wars to do, so let's just look. This is 8 more months. That gives us some time to start clearing out these little pockets of resistance here in the center of the kingdom. I just want to check something about modernize the Frankish kingdom. We need to be one of these. We need to be Christian. We need to be this, our faith, or we need to be Frankish. We'll be keeping our faith, so we probably could switch to our new culture now. Should we do that first, or should we do the wars first? I think we'll do the wars first. I think we'll finish all the wars before we do the cultural change. I also probably want to finish this too. Did I give this away? No, I didn't. I was going to give this to my half-brother here. Perfect person to give that to. One of the few peoples who's remained completely loyal to me, regardless of how crazy or insane or awful I've been. Apparently we got someone's spear here. I think the hammer is better by the tiniest amount, so we're just going to break this for money. This, though, I think we will wear. Getting ahead of myself. Alright, so we need to go to this kid here, this teenager. We need to say, hey, sorry, but no. Use the de jure war because it is the cheapest. So we have declared war on this kid using a de jure casse valle because it is the cheapest. We will raise everyone. Who has the... You have the siege equipment, so you can go and do the war. And you can just, well, once those guys are wiped out, we'll just get rid of these guys. We don't need them. It's a one-county war. Next time, I'll just raise only my men-at-arms to make that a little bit smoother. He captured this guy. We will ransom him. Thank you. And we will enforce our demands. He was a teenager, but he actually looks quite a bit older now, so I don't know, maybe I was just wrong. Maybe he literally just grew to the age where he gets to have a beard. That's actually what happened. Right. Because it's de jure war, he stays with us because he is... What do we want to do about him? We're going to demand his conversion. At this point, driving them out has caused so much strife that I'm just going to accept the obvious will of my people and at least try to convert them first. I don't want to give another hook out. What's he going to use the hook for? But I got to try to fix it somehow, so I don't know how I feel. Who is this guy? This is one of my counts. I'm going to say that this is heartfelt. All right, well, if he takes a position on my council, I'll just throw him on Chancellor. Let's just declare a war here with this guy. You know, I got tons of prestige. We're just going to use the Conquer Duchy simply because I don't want to have to deal with him afterwards. I should have conquered Duchy the other guy. I forgot that it would work like that. Honestly, I forgot that it would keep him. So, at least we got him to convert, and we'll be able to hopefully get him in line eventually. I'll put him on the council if that's what he wants. Like, some allies have joined. It's not gonna matter at all. Harsh judgment. The punishment didn't. Okay, so this guy, this kid that I'm trying to make my culture and raise, he wants to be just. He can be just. It's a great trait. Go ahead and be just, kid. Alright, we should probably just ransom him to himself for the money, because we could use it. And that should still leave us fully in control and thus able to immediately enforce our demands again. Alright, then we will just disband all. So now we are holding one territory that is inside of our own duchy, right? Yeah, because we kept this duchy? Is this the duchy we kept? Yeah, we did. Luxembourg is our duchy. Do we have any territory that's not in our duchies? It's Tyke. This is me. This is me. So the other guy is one of these, because if this is tribal, I'll just dump this on Prince Claudio. Right? We'll just dump that on Prince Claudio so that we can keep the one down here that isn't tribal. It's fine, I guess. It's fine after a fashion, I suppose. I have 3 of the de jure counties in this duchy. I think 2 in here or something like that. That's fine. This is a fine setup. So we've now got the heartland is clear. This problem is solved with the boy. The Romans in the south have been dealt with. The guy in the center is not Roman anymore. We can go to here and try again to give the position to that guy. Maybe he just wasn't there because it was a transition. No, apparently that guy just is not qualified, so I'm just gonna put somebody here. We're gonna put her there because that'll probably make her stop hating me as much. We are also going to start swaying our spy master because he's not feeling better about me at a fast enough rate. We can definitely negotiate it. Nah, well, he won't do it. Well, here's my half-brother, and he will do it. And here is my nephew-in-law, and he will do it. We can station a men-at-arms unit, because it used to be in there. In the place that I just gave away, and we'll put it in the new spot. And that's this. Can we actually do this war now? Declare war. I think we can. And if we can, we will. I'm pretty sure we can just handle this on our own. So let's do it. Let's get in here. The biggest thing we're going to need after these wars are finally finished is to let this army split up so that we can siege multiple places at once because he's so weak. The main thing we need to do after this happens, we should also check our prison. Just repeating myself because I'm doing 20 things at once. Let's negotiate his release on the condition that he converts. And this guy can convert? No, he won't do it. Okay, well, we'll take a hook on him. He owes me since I let him out of prison without fulfilling the need. We don't have a court physician. I suppose you can do it since you're average. And yeah, once we do this last war over here in the Rhineland, we will be able to consolidate everything. All of the Rhineland territory will become de jure part of the stub kingdom known as the Frankish kingdom. Okay, so let's take this army here, send it to do that. We'll take this army. Wait, what does this army have in it? Yeah, that's perfectly fine. We'll take this army here. It can come in and siege this. I suppose this army can come this way to hit that siege. Okay, that guy, that is done. Can we ransom any of these people? Probably not, so we'll just keep going. This army here can actually just stay where it is until some of these sieges are finished. Somebody joined our court. I'm ready to discuss you about that favor that I once owed you. Most reasonable people will agree that my past actions have sufficiently satisfied any obligation. As such, I feel I no longer owe you a boon. Why didn't I take money from you? Can I not demand payments? Oh, that was my father. Of course I can't demand payments. I'm a warrior. Is he serious? No way. Yeah, I literally don't I just don't care, dude. You're one of the few people who seems to have remained pretty loyal, so yeah, you got an argument. I accept your argument. You are free. Send you here. Just want to carpet siege this. He simply doesn't have what it takes for me to even have to worry. Okay, new lifestyle martial perk. You can come down here. What is that perk gonna be? I think we're just gonna keep going down this side until we get to here, and then we'll go down the other side and finish Overseer. We have captured someone who seems to be worthwhile. We can't ransom him. He's worth no money, so we'll just keep on what we're doing. Send this group down here. Good. Now we'll take this one. We'll chase this guy off. If we catch him, that would be good, but if we don't catch him, it don't matter. Enforce our demands. Okay. That's this, right? That is this. So who down here is worth giving this to? This guy? How many titles does he have? Well, he has 2, because one of them is a barony title that he kept. Yeah, I think so. I think we'll give it to this kid. He's loyal enough. There you go. Disband all, which should give us some stable money again. Don't care for your concubine, good sir. Don't care for your concubine at all. I only take gorgeous concubines. And you are likely not offering one, because you probably would have kept a gorgeous concubine for yourself. It's not quite France, but it's still quite large. We've done a pretty good job, I would say. And now it's time to modernize the Frankish kingdom. 100 gold. Worth it. Modernization. We embraced our traditions for years, but we are at the point where we need a change. The states of our western borders are far ahead of us in terms of technology, government, and military. We will modernize our kingdom and keep expanding. Our people will need a safe future. Yes. This is the transition point. This is where we stop being the warlord and start being the ruler. We have an enormous amount of territory taken. We could, were we to continue after this episode, we could continue down here into Burgundy, eventually conquer all of this. But if you look at our kingdoms now, if we look at his actual my actual kingdom title here, you can see that this is now all de jure Frankish kingdom. We have Francia here, which will require 500 gold, and what we're going to do also is we're going to come up here and perpetrate the last war. Why? We need this duchy. Raise all here, please. No, we don't do that first. We do this first. We go to this guy. We declare war on him. We tell him we're taking your duchy. We declare that war. And then we raise all here. And we just go in. We will split to fight him if we need to, but this is just a couple. You know, we could just split right away. It actually will just be faster if we split right away. I don't think that's going to make a difference, is it? Oh, it did actually make him pretty even with me. Which means most likely we're going to need to probably try to kill him. We have mercenary money if it feels necessary. The kitten! I am outside with Count Fidelis, and he suddenly disappears, but before I have time to really worry, he comes bouncing back, clutching a small kitten in his hands. Clovis, Clovis, look what I found. It's a gift for you. I will absolutely take this cat, kid. Thank you for the cat. I shall name it Gray. Okay. We need a successor to our acclaimed knight, so we will grab that. We do need to be careful because we need this to be above 2,000. Can't spend too much stuff. So we have, this is the army of our enemy here. So we're just going to make a beeline for him, because we want to defeat him so that if he does have if his ally does make him strong enough to beat us, which it doesn't look like he does anymore, but if he did, Count Childeric was slain. My brother. Ugh. Ugh. It's actually a little tragic, to be honest. The more loyal of my brothers, well, actually the loyalist of my brothers is the half-brother who lives down there. Insistence, my ward, Count Fidelis, has been harboring a secret affection for Berthfeld for a long time. However, when he finally confessed his feelings, Berthfeld responded harshly. Ooh. Yeah, be stubborn, kid. You can be stubborn. So let's get this siege done. Hopefully when we siege his capital, that will put an end to this war. It has. Let's enforce our demands. He basically ruined everything that was his. That's too bad for him. But now we have sneakily made it possible for when we're ready for us to buy 2 kingdom titles. And why is that? because we will not be able to get the kingdom. Let's look at empires. We will not be able to get Gaul because most of our territory is actually in Germany. We clearly also will not be able to get Germany, right? That's not possible. But we can create the Frankish Empire. We can create that just fine by using found a new empire, because we have enough titles if we have kingdoms, but that's going to require an enormous amount of gold that we do not have. Well, you know, we could raid. We could raid the entire world. We could raid every inch of the entire world. Oh, also, our Odin's Vengeance has been doing pretty great. Look at them up here at rank 4 with 1,000 glory. Pretty proud of you guys. I guess it's all the warmongering. Look at us, though. Oh, we've done so well. We've got it. Step 1 is those 2 titles. The best place for us to raid for that is probably down here in Burgundy. We could also try to raid in Italy. They have more strength than us, though. Most of our neighbors now have more strength than us. We don't really want to raid into the Saxon Confederation because they're the family of... Oh, they're actually strong now. When did that happen? But we do have Burgundy down here that we should be able to raid. So we're going to grab this. We're going to move it down here. Then I'm going to put a pause in to keep the episode short, and I'm going to raid as much as I can. And then after I raid, I might do a tour, which I also probably won't show. We'll see what happens. We're just going to try to get the money. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get the money. Finally, time for us to get the Gauls and Romans and Franks combined together into a brand new modern culture. We want the places screen so we can do the hybridization. We're going to do hybrid culture. We're going to change this to pseudo French because we are on the path to eventually becoming the French one day. Now, we cannot call ourselves the Franks anymore because, of course, that is a culture that already exists. If there was going to be episodes past this, I would edit this to Franks in the file by making basically an old Frank culture. I'd rename the old culture Old Franks, and I would name this culture Franks, but this will have to do for traditions. We're keeping stand and fight. We're losing Roman legions and taking only the strong. We're losing strong believers and taking legalistic. We're losing migrators and taking warrior culture. So this is our set of things. Only the strong, stand and fight, legalistic, warrior culture, bread and circuses. Done. Shall form our hybrid culture. A new era, a new people. So he took it for like a second. So we got an okay heartland here, a couple of duchies. Now, during all that raiding before the cut, I made a whole bunch of gold. I basically doubled my amount of gold. We are now at 840, but that is not nearly enough. Since this is the last episode and we are getting close to the finish line, there is one way that I can turn 800 gold into 2,000 gold that I know of. So I think I'm gonna do a taxation tour, which may give us enough money to get all the stuff left that we need to get done. Already found this guy a successor. No, we didn't, so we'll look for one since we still have a little bit of prestige left over. And after that tour is over, I will come back and we will hopefully be able to turn this into the Frankish Empire. Won't that be amazing? Well, we do have these guys too. There's some money down here. But anything else? Oh, this guy will vassalize. Who's this? That's him. We'll give him low feudal obligations to get him in. Yes, you can join by sword or by pen. It's up to you as long as you join. We weren't going to go after Britannia anytime soon. So if I think if I play this mod again, I'm going to do something more more integrated into the mod. Like I might do the Britannia struggle or maybe do the reunification of the Roman Empire. While this game was fun and I really wanted to do something fun with the Merovingian family, I kind of regret not doing something that had more of an anchor in the mod, because it feels like this game is more of a regular CK3 game than a show-off of the mod. Yes, of course, I'm playing in times I wouldn't be allowed to play in. I'm playing a culture I wouldn't be able to, like a period family that I wouldn't be able to play it in the normal game. But there's a whole lot in this mod that is related to like the special things that they've spent time developing, and it's a wonderful mod. I kind of feel a little bit of regret talking to you in post that I didn't pick something that would feature its features more, so this mod will definitely show up on the channel again at some point in time. And I am a little bit miffed with myself that I didn't get the last 2 episodes filmed before the new update came out, because it was kind of disappointing. I really started today thinking that there was going to be no end to the series at all, which would have really sucked, or I would have had to like mishmash something together, because I really just could not get the old version of the mod to work for quite a while. The problem with the launcher no longer being able to launch the version that this was played on, it was really quite frustrating. It's something I've never seen before. Usually I just roll back and it works, and for some reason on my computer right now, when I roll back, it tells me that the launcher doesn't exist. But then if I go back to the new version, it tells me the launcher does. I don't know, I shouldn't just be complaining at you. But I gotta fill this time somehow, and I really love this mod, and I really want to give it another showcase sometime in the future, so we will definitely see it again. Something with a little bit more focus, something with a little bit more of the mod's actual special content in it, I think. Yeah. And so there we are. We have finished our tour. We became infirm on the way. Someone tried to murder us but failed. And we have made way more than the amount of money we needed to succeed at our 3 goals that are left, so let's just finish our grand tour. We'll still on pause. We'll just zoom out like this, and we will go to the kingdoms list. We will make the kingdom of Francia. We will make Sicumbria, this tiny little kingdom here. That will give us 3 kingdom titles, which means we should be able to form a new empire, just like that. The Frankish kingdom reigns supreme. There we are. We are now Emperor of the Frankish Empire, which is still called the Frankish Kingdom. If we were going to spend more time with this family, we would create a much more characterful name. Maybe France. Just kidding. Maybe France. But maybe we name it after ourselves. Maybe we call it no, I'm not even gonna go down that road. But yes, this is an unusual episode. It's because of the fact that I had to load the old version of the mod in order to be able to form the Frankish kingdom, like to modernize it so that I would get all the de jure titles corrected. If I had been able to finish the game in the newer version of Fallen Eagle, I would have done 2 episodes to fit this in instead of 1, but this is kind of what we're stuck with. Once we're done today, I don't want to have to do all the weird stuff I had to it's not that weird. I had to manually install some mods and stuff in their older versions in order to get this work, and not everything worked. It was hard enough just to get a working version of it for 1 episode, and I am glad that we got to the end of our goals, because I was really worried when I started this morning that this wouldn't even be possible, that I would just have to accept that this game was dead and maybe put out a post about it. But no, we're here. We're at the end. You can put this guy in there. You can do this. You're fine. We lost one of our ranks. Very hard rank to get. Have anything else in here we want to click on before we go? No. Kaiser Clovis the Great has done what his father set out for him to do. He has created the great Frankish kingdom, which is truly an empire in its own right. By unifying his empire, he has made it so that in spite of the fact his son will still split their titles, he will at least remain emperor and king and hold a couple of duchies. You know, he's gonna have a hard time ahead of him. Poor Sigfug. Poor glorious, also zealot, brave Sigfug. What does the future hold for you? Is it Carthagenesis? Wow, that's interesting that you did that down there, right, bud? Will you conquer Burgundy? Probably be one of the first things you do, to be honest. Will you expand north into the lands of your relatives? I do not know. I do not know what the future will hold. Will this Clovis, his son, Sigfug, go on to conquer all of what was France? Or will he do else? We will never know. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this trip with the Merovingians here in the Grand Frankish Kingdom. Goodbye for now.